So let's talk about creatine. When you hear that word, I bet you're picturing a huge bodybuilder, right? But what if I told you that one of the most powerful, most researched natural compounds for fighting the effects of aging has been hiding in plain sight this whole time? Yeah, it's just been disguised as a muscle supplement. We're going to explore why creatine might just be the longevity molecule you've been missing. Okay, let's just get the big question out of the way right now, because I know it's what you're thinking. Is this stuff gonna make me look bulky like the Incredible Hulk? The short answer is a hard no, and we're about to break down exactly why that's one of the biggest myths in the entire wellness world. I mean, think about that for a second. We're talking about a compound that's described as the single most researched, most effective, and safest natural compound in human history. That's a huge statement. For decades, so many people, especially women and anyone over 50, have been told to stay away from it, all based on a simple misunderstanding. So let's look at what the science actually says. All right, first up, we're going to completely dismantle that core myth. We'll get into what this compound really is and why adding it to your routine could be so critical for feeling vital as you get older. So the ingredient we're talking about is just simple creatine monohydrate. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but seriously, if your brain immediately flashes to a sweaty gym, you're about to miss out on what some experts are calling a fountain of youth in a jar. Your body already makes it, but as we're about to see, it's probably not making enough for you to get the real benefits.
Here's a really practical way to think about it. To get the clinical dose, that's about 5 grams, from your diet alone, you would need to eat 2 pounds of steak every single day. I mean, for most of us, that is just not happening. It's not realistic. It's not sustainable. But a supplement is just one small, simple scoop.
So why do we even need it in the first place? Well, let's get into the cool science of how creatine basically acts as a secret weapon for your cellular energy. It literally powers every single thing that you do.
To really get creatine, you first have to understand this thing called ATP. The easiest way to think about ATP is like cash. It's the energy currency for your body. It's the dollar, the yen, the euro that every single one of your cells uses to pay for every single action it performs. And just like the money in your wallet, your supply of ATP is pretty limited. Every single thing you do, and I mean everything, from a big workout to just blinking your eyes or even just forming a thought, it costs you. You are constantly spending your ATP. And when that account starts to run low, that's when you feel tired, slow, and you get that brain fog. And this is where creatine becomes the hero of the story. If ATP is your cellular bank account, think of creatine as the instant direct deposit that recharges it. It's like your cell's little backup battery, taking that spent energy and recycling it right back into circulation, so you can just keep on going. Okay, so we know how it works, but what does it actually do for you in the real world? What are the benefits you can feel? This isn't about looking a certain way. It's about gaining functional strength, mental clarity, and just freedom in your daily life. Let's just kill that muscle myth once and for all. The big fear is that creatine creates this bulky, puffy, waterlogged muscle. But the reality, it's completely different. It helps your body create dense, strong, metabolically active muscle. And for most of us, you simply don't have the hormones to accidentally get bulky. It's just not how it works. So here's the bottom line. By helping you build and maintain that dense muscle, creatine directly fights something called sarcopenia. That's just the fancy term for the muscle loss we all experience as we age, especially after 40. And more muscle, well, that keeps your metabolism fired up. But the benefits go way beyond muscle. Tons of research shows it sharpens your memory, fights off that afternoon brain fog, and can even help reduce inflammation and some of those creaky, noisy joints. Just think about this number for a second. 20%. That's how much of your body's total energy your brain uses. It is by far the most energy-hungry organ you have. So what do you think happens when it starts running low on its energy cache, that ATP? Well, you get brain fog, you walk into a room and completely forget why you're there. And this is where creatine really, really shines. Major studies from the UK, from Canada, have shown that by giving more of that essential ATP energy to the brain, creatine can significantly improve your cognitive function, especially your short-term memory and how fast you process things. Okay, so if you're thinking, this sounds pretty good, let's build a super simple plan. We'll go over exactly what to buy, what to avoid, and how to start so you can do it safely and get the best results. First things first, please don't get fooled by all the fancy marketing out there. The supplement industry loves to create these expensive versions, like creatine HCl or liquid creatine, that claim to be better, but they're not. All you need is simple, boring, inexpensive creatine monohydrate. It's the exact form they use in almost all the major studies, and it literally costs just pennies a day.
And your daily routine could not be simpler. Step 1, just take 3 to 5 grams a day. That's about 1 teaspoon. Step 2, don't stress about the timing. Morning, noon, night, it doesn't matter. Just be consistent with it. Step 3, and this is a great tip, mix it in a warm liquid, like your morning coffee or tea. It dissolves so much better. And finally, step 4, the golden rule, drink more water. Creatine helps pull water into your muscles, which is a good thing, but you just need to make sure you're staying hydrated overall.
This really gets to the core of it all. We can't stop the clock from ticking. Aging is gonna happen. But how we experience that process, our energy levels, our physical strength, our mental clarity, that's something we can actually influence. Feeling sharp and strong isn't just for people in their 20s.
So I'll just leave you with this question, which is really more of a challenge. The science is solid, we know it's safe, and we know it's incredibly cheap. So are you ready to try a simple 30-day experiment just to see if you can feel sharper, stronger, and more energetic? The answer might just change how you think about getting older.